After 14 and a half months in a muscle building phase, eating in a gentle calorie surplus, I've now reached the point where I've gained 10 pounds. A nice slow and steady process, applying everything I learned from my previous muscle building phases. I'm now at a point where I'm ready to embark on a mini cut. Not because I've gained 10 pounds or how I look. I'm really happy with my appearance, still in my sweet spot, feeling confident and proud. It's got more to do with how I feel. This is always the point in my muscle building phases where I start to feel a bit of heaviness in my abdomen, like internally, kind of a little bit of that uncomfortable, bloated feeling. So this mini cut is going to be a great opportunity to give my digestive system a break. I should probably do like a 1 week mini cut, maybe every 6 months or so, just to give my digestive system a break. I think I'd really benefit from that. But other things, I mean, we got beach season is upon us, so tightening things up for that, giving myself a little bit of wiggle room for all the barbecues and events that I got coming up. Going on vacation, heading to Vancouver with my best friend Joe in 2 weeks from today. So this likely will just be a 2 week mini cut. We're going to be out exploring all the different restaurants, bakeries, cafes, breweries. So I know we're going to be doing a fair amount of eating there responsibly, but wouldn't surprise me if I gain like a pound or two there. So this is going to give me a great opportunity, like this 2 week mini cut, giving me a little bit wiggle room for that. And I just know that from past experiences, when I gain any more than this, when I'm already starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable and heaviness in my stomach, my performance starts to diminish slow and steady. So I don't perform as well on the ice when I'm playing hockey. I just don't feel my best. So really looking forward to this mini cut. I'm going to be sharing the entire experience with you guys here. I will not be tracking my calories and I will not be weighing myself. I'm just going to be going based on my satiety cues, so eating to the point of satisfaction, paying attention to my hunger, just experiencing a little bit of hunger throughout the day, especially at the end of the day, and just going based on appearance and how I feel. So I hope you enjoyed the insights, the foods that I eat, how I'm approaching this mini cut here, and gain value from it. Let's get to it. All right, so this ended up being a very laid back 2 week mini cut. No rigid rules. I wasn't overly restrictive. I just kind of went with the flow and was flexible with my diet. Now I did keep some things consistent as always. Each and every morning I had my breakfast shake, 1 cup of homemade kefir, 1 cup of unsweet vanilla cashew milk, scoop of protein powder, an ounce load of spinach, and a banana. Meal number 2 is usually eggs, and I had a couple of different variations throughout the week, the past 2 weeks, as you'll see coming up here. And meal number 3, usually my post-workout meal, is 260 grams of Greek yogurt, 140 grams of frozen mixed berries, which I had most days throughout this 2 week mini cut here. Now, day number 1, my son came over for dinner. He requested chicken bacon fettuccine alfredo, and this is not your light version. This is a heavy calorie dense meal using some heavy whipping cream, a whole lot of butter, some Parmesan cheese, Romano cheese. Normally I would do a large portion size of this meal. So the plate you'll see in the video, this is the plate here. I would fill this entire plate in a pretty good amount in there, but instead I just went with that inner circle there. So a smaller, responsible portion size. And I know because I've made this meal in the past, that this small portion size is about 1,700 calories. And for all my other mini cuts, what I typically aim for is about 2,000 to 2,100 calories for the day. I am not tracking calories here, but I have an idea, like this is damn close to what I would normally consume in a day. So I had to make some adjustments throughout the rest of the day. So I still had my breakfast shake. I passed on my second meal, which is usually eggs, veggies, oats, and berries. I did have my Greek yogurt and berries there, and then I had this meal. So I know based on, because I had the shake and the Greek yogurt each and every day, that this put me just in a very small calorie deficit. So normally I'd be aiming for that 2,000, 2,100 calorie deficit. It's probably around, I'd say 2,400, 2,500 calories. So enjoyed a great meal and still ate less than what my maintenance is, so I know I made some sort of progress, but not as much progress I would hope for in a meal. Then later on in the week, I had turkey burgers. I was gonna have them on a bun, but when I brought them home, I'm like, man, I haven't had rice in a while. I decided to put them on a bed of rice instead. It was absolutely freaking delicious. Those turkey burgers had cheese and jalapenos inside. They were freaking delicious. I also had the kids over for some beef and rice burritos, and there's like corn and stuff and olives in that mix there, and cheese, and just a delicious freaking meal. One thing, so after having Shane over for the fettuccine alfredo, I still had like 8 slices of bacon left over. So the following day I had 4 strips of bacon with my eggs, and the day after that I had 4 strips of bacon, my eggs. Bacon is life. Bacon, it's such a treat. I haven't had it in a while, so it was nice to work that in there. And then after we had those And I did end up sending Shane home with a whole bunch of that fettuccine Alfredo. I didn't want to have any leftovers in the house. That one portion was good enough for me. With the beef and rice burritos, I had lots of those fajita wraps left over. So I ended up having some breakfast wraps for several days afterwards. So I scrambled up some eggs, had some peppers in there, salsa, a little bit of cheese sprinkled on top. Delicious meal, nice variety. Not quite as satiating as like the rice, the oats and the berries are that I have in replacement of that fajita wrap there, and not as nutrient rich as well. So you're gonna have more fiber in both the oats and the berries than you would in that wrap. You're gonna have more micronutrients in the berries and the oats than you would that wrap. But still, it's a nice option that'll work in there along with some omelets in the future. Again, I've been trying to add a little bit of variety to my nutrition. That's just a fun way to work it in there. Also had some shepherd's pie, one of my versions of shepherd's pie where I used ground chicken, sweet potato, and I had that corn olive medley that I put on there. A little bit different. Normally I use like creamed corn or cream and mushroom soup that I put in between. Sometimes like a cheese thing that I put like melt canned cheese or whatever they put on top. So just some different ways of making that. So that was great. And again, like I said, I've been very flexible with my diet. This past Saturday, I got invited out to a party for the yoga instructors there. It was them and me as the only student there. I thought, well, what a great opportunity. How nice of them to reach out to me and invite them to this gathering. So I wasn't going to turn that down. I had 2 craft beers while I was there. One of the instructors made some homemade pizza there. It was freaking delicious. I kept it to just a few slices. Another instructor made some cheesecake, freaking delicious. Kept it to a responsible portion size there. And then I was just kind of snacking on cheese and some meats as we were waiting for the dinner to prepare there. So that day, I guarantee I was in a calorie surplus. I don't know how large it was. I didn't like feel over full or stuffed or anything like that, but definitely more than what I typically need. I think one of the lessons I learned from that experience is that when food's out in front of you, I just mindlessly snack, even though I was telling myself, all right, meat and cheese is not a bad option there, but those calories do definitely add up, even though it might be some protein in there and all that stuff, it added up. So that's an area I need to work upon myself, is controlling things, being aware in that situation that you're not actually hungry. You don't need to keep picking at that food just because it's there. Have enough to like grab a little plate, put enough on it, have that, and then wait for the meal to arrive. So still, all in all, like no regrets. It was freaking awesome, and I wouldn't change any of that for anything other than being a little bit responsible with the meats and the cheese there. And then on Monday, I was over at my parents' house with my kids. We swapped out my son's winter tires, and they love whenever we're at my parents' house getting penalty box, a chicken delight from there. So it's like a chicken wrap with tzatziki sauce inside. And I have half salad. I just put a little bit of the Greek dressing on there and half fries. So again, knowing that I'm not sure how many calories are in that meal, so I just adjusted it. I just had my shake for breakfast. I eliminated the second meal, the eggs that I usually have. I did have the Greek yogurt, and then I had that meal. So not sure where I ended up at the end of the day there. Again, I'm not tracking calories. I'm not weighing myself or anything like that. So just roughly knowing it's probably a little bit smaller calorie deficit than what I was in the other days there. So again, some flexibility in there. There was 2 days where I didn't have the Greek yogurt and I had some Rice Crisps instead. But overall, nutrition, I feel really good. I felt like there was some days where I would have had a craft beer. It was a gorgeous day out in the backyard. I probably would have cracked one open then. Another day when I was with my dad, would have cracked one open with him then. There was a few times where I would have eaten something else. There was some temptations there I would have had and fit them in. Like when you're up at maintenance level calories or a gentle calorie surplus, you have more room to work with. So I would have had a little bit more food. So there were some opportunities there that I had to turn down. When it comes to activities, I weight trained 4 days per week. I did yoga 6 days per week, and I walked Chief in the morning and in the evening each and every day. So no like cardio, which I'm looking forward to working in the very near future, getting out on the bike, getting out on the paddleboard, maybe try jogging again. We'll see, but I want to improve my cardiovascular conditioning, my circulatory health. So that's something I will be working in, but I wasn't including that in this mini cut here. Lifestyle, so sleep consistent each and every day, 8.5 hours. I find that really helps with controlling my appetite, my hunger, and stress management was really good throughout as well. Getting out, watching sunsets, just chilling, listening to the waves wash up on the beach, listening to the wildlife, the birds chirping, and doing a lot of reading. I actually read 3 books during this past 2 weeks, all on personal growth and mindset. So that kind of stuff really keeps me in the zone when it comes to just doing things that are better for myself, expressing the best version of myself. Now, again, this could have been, I could have lost more weight. I could have got leaner if I was tracking calories and sticking to that 2,000, 2,100 calorie target each and every day. But I wouldn't change anything. I think this was a fun process. I definitely got a bit leaner, as you can see here, a little bit more detail in the lower abs. Nothing crazy. Again, I started off pretty lean to begin with here, but at the beginning, the lower abs were a little bit more washed out, and now there is a bit more detail there. The main thing, and the biggest reason why I went on this mini cut, is I feel way better now than I did at the beginning of this mini cut. I think it's C.S. Lewis who said something along the lines of, like, day by day, it kind of seems like nothing changes. And then one day you kind of look back and you realize how different everything is. So during like this 14 and a half months of building muscle, being in a gentle calorie surplus, you kind of get used to feeling a little bit heavier, a little bit heavier. A little bit fuller, a little bit fuller. You just kind of get used to that feeling, and then when you go back, you realize, holy smokes, like how different I feel today than I did at the beginning of this mini cut. It took me 4 days before I finally started feeling that heaviness in my abdomen start to ease a little bit. And it's been a slow and steady process. It's still somewhat there, but not anything like it was at the beginning. But I am really feeling freaking incredible right now. And my plan from here on out, so tonight I'm going to be heading to Toronto to stay at a buddy's place, and then I'm going to fly out of Toronto to Vancouver tomorrow with my best friend Joe. Really looking forward to that adventure. And again, it's all about eating food. We're looking forward to exploring restaurants, bakeries, breweries, all that good stuff. Again, responsibly. So I'm expecting to gain just a little bit of weight during this process. So when I come back, likely going to do extend this mini cut, maybe 1 week, maybe 2 weeks. I'm going to take it day by day. Definitely no more than 2 weeks. I'm not going to need anything like that. But just because I know how great I feel right now, and I know if I take it just a little bit more, I'm going to feel so much better. And again, allow myself to exactly what I just did, a 14 and a half month muscle building phase in a gentle calorie surplus, where I was nourished the entire time and feeling great right up until the end. That last little bit where I started feeling that heaviness in my stomach. I don't want to be going back to, because I'm still feeling a little bit of that heaviness in my stomach, so I don't want to get back into a gentle calorie surplus and like 3 months later going, I'm that heavy feeling is back again. Let's cut. I really enjoyed this past experience of slow and steady, keeping that gentle calorie surplus all the way throughout. So that's the biggest reason why I want to extend this mini cut. I freaking love the way I look right now. I am in my sweet spot, feeling incredible. So it's not so much about appearance. It's just wanting to completely eliminate that heaviness in my stomach and to give myself a lot of room where I can, again, get back to this very lengthy muscle building phase in the future. So that is the mini cut. I hope you appreciated the insights from this experience. I'm going to share what happens after this vacation and the next phase of this mini cut here when I get back. So looking forward to sharing that with you. If there's anything you want me to document throughout this process coming up to finish off this mini cut, let me know. I look forward to sharing that with you. More than anything, I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Share your thoughts, your insights, share your feedback, and your own personal experiences with mini cuts yourself, whether you track calories or just monitor portion sizes, weighing yourself. It was weird not weighing myself each and every day because I'm used to doing that in the past there. So that was a little bit different for me. So looking forward to hearing about your experiences. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. If you know a fellow bro who would benefit from watching today's video, please do me a favor and share it with them. Before you go, don't forget to download your free guide, Lose Fat, Get Jacked. Have yourself an amazing day. Catch you next video.